All right, I am back with another fight predictions video. We got UFC Noche. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look at this card. Let's have a look at this main card here. Diego Lopes, Jean Silva. Okay. There's your main card. There's your main card, man. Come on, UFC. We got UFC. We got Fight Night Paris. Now you're going to do us like this? Really? No, I get it. Like Dana White normally doesn't give a shit. He hasn't given a shit about the UFC in a while. This week though, we're on our own because Dana extra doesn't give a shit this weekend about the UFC fights. All the attention centered on Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. I get it, it's a generational fight. What I don't get is how you couldn't have still stacked this card because this card's at 4 p.m. Mountain. Usually goes for about 3 hours. Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. I think the card, I believe it starts at 7 when these fights end. We couldn't have stacked the card. I could just hear it now. I could just hear these people on social media being like, come on, man. We just got blessed with an incredible card in Paris. You know, it can't always be amazing. Shut up. I've said this before in previous videos. Every single one of you people who watch UFC should want to see stacked cards every week. Should want to get blessed by good UFC fights. That's, as fans, we want to see the best fights. We want to see exciting cards. We want hype. But again, rant over. This card is underwhelming. And it was like that in the Spear last year, too. They just don't seem to really give a shit about Noche UFC anymore. I mean, we have one hype fight on this entire card, dude. What are we doing? All right, rant over. That's not what this video is about. Let's dial in. All right, first fight. Rodrigo Sezinando versus Danil Donchenko. Look, I watched... Dude, it's so hard to find, like, recent... Without having UFC Fight Pass, which I'm never going to get. It's so hard to, like, find recent, like, fight footage on guys like this. I did see a little bit of these guys on the regional scene. Rodrigo Sezinando, heavy grappler, right? Loves to shoot singles, loves to shoot doubles, has good top control. I think Danil Donchenko is going to be able to counteract that, though. He trains out of Tiger Muay Thai. Good stand-up. Decent on the ground. Good submissions. I'm going to go Danil Donchenko. Danil Donchenko, I'm going to go by submission, dude. Rodrigo Sezinando doesn't have much striking on the feet. He really kind of over pursues the wrestling exchanges. I think that's going to get him caught here. He's going to get pieced up on the feet by Donchenko. Donchenko's like, I think he's a former professional like kickboxer, Muay Thai fighter with a good ground game. He's well-rounded. He's not bad. Both guys are decent, but I just think Danil Donchenko overall is a more well-rounded fighter. I got him by submission. We'll go round 2. Moving up. Montserrat Rendon versus Alice Pereira. Not to be confused with Aline Pereira, Alex Pereira's actual sister. I've been seeing a lot of videos, and I got confused, I'll admit. I was like, oh, Alex Pereira's sister? Alice? Because I've been seeing videos that have said, Alex Pereira's sister, she's 19 years old, just got signed by the UFC. No. This is Alice Pereira, no relation to Alex Pereira. She's actually better than Aline Pereira, Alex Pereira's sister. She's 6-0. Yeah, she's 19 years old, dude. Like, she's nasty on the feet. So I got her winning this fight. I think she's probably going to get the knockout. 1 second. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. All right, apologies. So, as I was saying, Alice Pereira, dude, she is nasty on the feet. She's super aggressive, nasty on the feet, good power, nice kickboxing, very good on the ground, has a physicality advantage from what I've seen in her fights over opponents. She's either piecing people up on the feet or she's just beating the shit out of these other girls on the ground. Super impressive prospect, dude. Most of these hyped prospects I see, I don't really buy too much into these days, because they just don't usually pan out in the UFC, or they're overrated, like Austin Boshi. That guy has a lot of hype. He got destroyed by Christian Rodriguez in his debut. But this girl is legit. I know Montserrat. Jesus, how to break this into pieces. Montserrat has UFC experience. I believe she's 1-1 in the UFC. But dude, Alice Pereira, I don't know, dude. With like women's fights, like women that have power and are more aggressive, I just feel like it's the smart pick to go with them 9 times out of 10, at least at this level, because it's like usually they're pitter pat decisions at this level, you know, and there's just not a lot of skill going on, and it's just like who can land more punches and move forward more. Alice Pereira is super aggressive. She's dangerous, very young, so still has a lot of time, but just physicality. I think she's just going to have a physicality advantage everywhere this fight goes. I think she's going to bully her on the feet. She's going to move forward, land devastating shots on the feet. And the takedowns there if she wants to beat her up on the ground too. So I honestly think Alice Pereira is going to finish this fight probably in round 1. I'm going to go TKO round 1 for Alice Pereira. Moving up. Alessandro Costa versus Alden Coria, however the hell you say it. I'm going to go with Alessandro Costa. He's had quite a few fights in the UFC. He's been pretty competitive in most of them. Well-rounded guy. Oh, hold on. Let me pull up his record, because I know I was so much research on this card. Super well-rounded guy. Beat Kevin Borjas, as you can see. Decent against Steve Ursek. Beat Jimmy Flick, who is like pretty crafty guy. He's had a tough go, man. Like Albazi, Urseg, like tough go for this guy. He's kind of had mixed results, but I like him to win this fight, dude. He's there was one of those fights. I think it was the Borjas fight where he took him out by leg kicks and finished him off on the ground. He's got dangerous leg kicks. Alden Coria, man, the well-roundedness isn't there for me. It's like, it's just a typical regional guy that they bring in here, man. Like, at this point, it's like, what are we doing here, man? Like, I understand you're trying to filter in new talent, but on UFC Noche in front of a full-capacity crowd? Meanwhile, fucking Anthony Fluffy Hernandez is in the Apex? Dude, like, seriously, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I got Alessandro Costa winning this fight. I've seen a little bit of Alden Coria. Man, I don't think he's well-rounded enough. I really don't. There's no, like, threat he presents, man. It's just a typical pitter-pat decision kind of guy. Alessandro Costa's dangerous, man. He's got good leg kicks, really good leg kicks. Good on the ground, good ground and pound, good submission ability. Yeah, he has a mixed bag of results in the UFC, but those are against like guys like Amir Albazi, Steve Ursig, guys who are top 10 of the division, right? Top 10. But obviously, yeah, he's moving up because he was a flyweight. Now he's moving up to bantamweight. Obviously, I mean, that skill division from flyweight to bantamweight, that's a leap, dude. Like, flyweight, you have to be much more skilled to be top of the division. And beating a guy like Kevin Borjas is a good win, dude. Kevin Borjas is underrated. He is. And that's a good win for that guy. I like Alessandro Costa by TKO. I think he can really chop those leg kicks, kind of like he did against Borjas. Chop those leg kicks, wear him down, finish him on the ground. I think I'm going to go another round 2 TKO here. I think the leg kicks are going to add up on Alden Coria. I think he's going to light him up on the feet. Probably drop him with a good leg kick. Well, maybe not drop with a leg kick. I think he's going to catch him on the feet. I think his legs are going to beat up. You beat the legs up, it takes away the movement of these guys who already coming into the UFC from the regional scene probably don't have the best defensively sound movement and striking on the feet. I think he'll catch him in round 2 and put him away. Alessandro Costa, TKO. Moving up. All right, here we go. Now we're getting into some more like recognizable faces. Zachary, Reese, Sedriques, Dumas. Dude, I don't think Sedriques Dumas is horrible. I don't think he's horrible. A lot of people say he's just garbage. I don't know, bro. He has knocked people out before. Most of the time, you don't see it. He is kind of an NPC, right? He's not really good anywhere. He's not really dangerous anywhere. He's another pitter pat guy, dude. Like he's okay. He's decent, right? He's good enough to be in the UFC. I'm gonna go Zachary Reese here because the thing about Sedriques Dumas, dude, that chin is glass. The chin is glass. He's been knocked out multiple times cold. And I think he's coming off back-to-back knockout losses. I know Zachary Reese he has no gas tank, bro. He has no gas tank. He's not the most fundamentally sound fighter, but he does have the power in this fight. You know, you had the power of Zachary Reese, not Zachary Reese, against the lack of a chin from Sedriques Dumas. It's pretty easy to see what happens. Zachary Reese is going to knock him out round 1. Jesus Aguilar versus Luis Gurule. Again, dude, Jesus Aguilar, another NPC guy. There's just nothing that really stands out. Like, he's okay on the feet. He's okay on the ground. But there's just no threat, dude. There's no threat. Gurule, I just think, has more skills, bro, all around. Like, he was, like, a decorated freestyle wrestler. He's got a good wrestling game. He's going to have a physicality advantage in this. He can lean on the wrestling if he needs to. I don't think there's not going to be a submission threat from Aguilar. I know occasionally he can throw up a submission. It's not going to happen here. I think Gurule's got the strength, the physicality advantage, the grappling advantage. And then on the feet, dude, you look at his last fight, which was his debut of Gurule, against Ode Osborne, and he was doing pretty good. He was. Arguably, you could say he was winning that fight. He got caught. Look, Ode Osborne's dangerous on the feet. He's dynamic on the feet. Trains with Aljamain Sterling on a consistent basis. And just making your debut against a guy like that, although he's not at the top of the division, that's a tough out for your first debut. I thought Gurule looked pretty good for a debut fighter. And I just think he's more well-rounded. I think he can kind of bully Aguilar wherever this fight goes. Maybe on the feet it's not as one-sided, but like if things start getting like dangerous for him on the feet, he can go to that takedown, dude. You look what he did with Ode, like, at one point he just threw Ode to the ground like nothing, right? So he does have a good grappling base that he can go to. I think he's going to get a decision here. I think he's going to lean on that grappling heavily. I think coming off a knockout to Ode Osborne, he does not want that to happen again. And he's going to lean on the grappling heavily, pull off a 3-round decision here. Moving up. Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos. Dude. Seriously, really? Really, y'all were picking Tatiana over Zhang Weili? And even some of the pros were picking her over Zhang Weili. Dude, shame on you guys. Shame on you for ever thinking Tatiana was going to beat Zhang Weili. Like, dude, we're past the days where one-dimensional wrestlers, high-level wrestlers, are winning world titles in the UFC. It just doesn't happen anymore. Dude, this ain't 2010 anymore, little bro. This isn't 2010 anymore. Dominant wrestlers aren't winning titles. It's been a while. You look at other dominant wrestlers like DC. DC had good striking, knockout power. He was good in the clinch. He would beat guys up in the clinch. Nasty ground and pound, right? Tatiana is good on the ground. She does have some good submission ability. I just think she's going to get picked apart on the feet in this fight. I'm looking at Lemos. I think her last fight was a win over Mackenzie Dern. She beat the fucking brakes off Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern's a much more dangerous grappler than Tatiana Suarez, right? Typically, like with Tatiana, you don't really see her like finishing fights quick on the ground or just having to dodge a million submission attempts like you do with a Mackenzie Dern, right? Look, I know the wrestling's there, and I do think first round could be interesting, right? Because she's going to be shooting takedowns. Amanda Lemos has shown to have a little bit of a hole in that game, but like again, I think she's kind of like starting to close that gap with the lack of grappling. Because the Zhang Weili fight, it was the same thing, right? That's what got her in trouble in that fight. That's what lost her the fight. Is she struggled to defend takedowns. Even Jessica Andrade submitted her like a few years ago. But like the Mackenzie Dern fight, dude, like that's enough for me to think she's gonna win this fight. Mackenzie Dern's much more dangerous. And being able to avoid the submission game of Mackenzie Dern, get back to your feet, and just start picking her apart at range is enough to think that's going to happen in this fight. I think Tatiana is super overrated. I can't fucking believe so many people were picking her. I think she was the favorite against Zhang Wei Li. Zhang Wei Li stuffed 99.9% of her takedowns and beat her ass for 25 minutes, bro. I think, like I said, first round's going to be interesting. I think Tatiana probably maybe gets a takedown. Amanda Lemos, I think she's going to do a good job probably scrambling back up. I think those takedowns are going to be harder to come by as the fight goes. And, dude, on the feet, Amanda Lemos is nasty, dude. She hits hard. She's dynamic on the feet. Great kickboxer. Good leg kicks. I honestly think it's probably going to be a decision. I don't think she finishes Tatiana. Tatiana is pretty durable. If Zhang Wei Li's not finishing you, then I don't think Lemos will. There is that chance, though. She could land a knockout punch. I don't think it's going to happen, though, dude. I think she's just going to beat Tatiana's ass for most of the fight. Like I said, the first round might be interesting. Tatiana might even win the first round. As the fight goes on, Lemos is going to be landing leg kicks at range. Lighting her up on the feet. She's got crisp hands. I think it's going to, rounds 2 and 3 are going to come down to Tatiana kind of diving for takedowns. Lemos probably stuffing most of them, beating her up on the feet, punishing her for trying to take her down. I think she's going to win a one-sided, probably I don't think it'll be a 30-27. I think it'll be a 29-28 for Lemos. I think she'll beat her up rounds 2 and 3. Round 1, it could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if Tatiana wins it, but yeah, I'll go 29-28 decision for Amanda Lemos. Moving up. Claudio Puelles versus Joaquim Silva. I'm going to go Claudio Puelles, man. I know his resume isn't the most impressive. He typically beats old men like a Vince Pichel, a Clay Guida. I will say, though, did you go watch that Clay Guida-Claudio Puelles fight back? That fucking transition into the knee bar that he hit was fucking nasty, dude. It was sick. I know Clay was 40 when he hit that on him, but dude, it is impressive in my opinion to submit a wrestler like Clay Guida, dude. Clay Guida is constant pressure grind. He's had great submission defense throughout his entire career. And Claudio Puelles just fucking masterclassed him on the ground. The quickest transition to a heel hook I've ever seen. Or no, it's a knee bar, sorry. Quickest transition to a knee bar I've seen. Sick submission. So that's his highlights is beating up older men. Whereas Joaquim Silva, his highlight is wobbling Arman Tsarukyan for one brief stint in their fight after getting dominated for the entirety of that fight, right? That's this guy's highlight. Both guys aren't the most skilled, but Claudio has a difference maker in this fight. Joaquim, dude, is an NPC. Yeah, he can hit pretty hard, but he doesn't really wobble people very much unless you're just being careless. Arman Tsarukyan, I think why he got caught in that fight, he was trying to prove a point. He was trying to get that guy out of there. That was his chance to show the UFC, hey, I'm an elite fighter. I will mop the fucking floor with unranked guys in this division. So he was super aggressive, which allowed Joaquim Silva to catch him. I think it was the third round or something. But then after that, next round, he got submitted. So he doesn't do anything super well besides be big and athletic and powerful. Whereas Claudio has a good jiu-jitsu game. He's going to have the 3-inch reach advantage in this fight. I think he can get in, probably initiate a grappling exchange. I'm going to bank on a submission here late, round 3 for Claudio Puelles. Maybe he can get him down. Joaquim Silva, right, with all that muscle mass. I feel like if you can put a lot of pressure on him, he's going to get tired in the 3rd round. I think that'll open up a submission ability for Claudio Puelles to pull it off round 3. Fucking dogs. Ain't no quiet today. All right, moving up. Jose Daniel Medina, Dusko Todorovic. Dude, this is a tricky one because Jose Daniel Medina is just not very good. He's just not very good. He's coming off a knockout loss in the 1st round. Again, he just doesn't do much well. Dusko Todorovic, tricky part of, Tricky part of Dusko is he's coming off of 3 straight losses, dude. Like, he's on a downfall. He used to be pretty decent, dude. Pretty well-rounded. Was kind of like a journeyman in the UFC. Would win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Now he's just losing them. But honestly, I like Dusko to win this fight. I think he's more well-rounded. Jose, like, I just don't think he's losing to Jose Daniel Medina, dude. Jose Daniel Medina is just terrible. Like, he's one of those guys I look at, I'm like, how is this guy in the UFC? How is this guy in the UFC? A guy like Muhammad Makayev's not in the UFC. You cut Martin Budai, who's better than this guy, and this guy's still hanging around the UFC. I don't get it. Both guys aren't very good at this point in their career. But I just think Dusko Todorovic is better, right? I'll pick Dusko Todorovic. I'm gonna go second round knockout, dude. I think he can clip the chin of Daniel Medina. I think Daniel Medina probably will be a lot more tentative unless he's stupid because he's coming off a knockout loss. I think it'll be more tentative. It'll take a little bit longer, but I think Dusko can knock him out round 2. Alrighty, Alexander Hernandez, Diego Fajeda. Yeah, dude, I think this one's fairly easy. I'm gonna go Diego Fajeda. Like, knocking out Chase Hooper in your last fight for Hernandez is not enough to convince me you're gonna beat a guy like Diego Fajeda. I know Diego Fajeda is coming off a loss. He got dominated by Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson's an incredible grappler with great top control. Alex Hernandez, like, he's not one of those guys, bro. He's another NPC. There's a lot of NPCs on this card. I hope you're catching this recurring theme, dude. This is a card of NPCs. NPCs are getting to fight on a big card, a celebration that happens once a year in front of a full capacity crowd in San Antonio. Hernandez is an NPC. Yeah, he clipped Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper has terrible striking, dude. Chase Hooper, like, he doesn't have that pop necessary to be able to, like, get the respect of a Hernandez. Whereas Fajeda does, dude. Fajeda knocked out Michael Johnson. Who else did he knock out? Who else did he knock out? Let me see. I gotta pull up these records, man. Because I know he knocked out Johnson. Beat Mateus Rebecki last year, dude. He beat Mateus Rebecki. He knocked out Michael Johnson. Like, that's enough for me, dude. You can't convince me a guy like Hernandez is going to beat a guy like Fajeda who beat Rebecki, knocked out Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson would knock out Alex Hernandez. He would. He would show him what the unks are all about. I think Diego Fajeda is dangerous. More dangerous everywhere. He's just better everywhere, man. He's better on the ground. You know, Hernandez is kind of just big, physical, and can kind of last and survive. But, dude, I think Fajeda... I think he's going to find the chin, dude. I think he'll find the chin in this fight. Because you know Hernandez is feeling himself after that Chase Hooper knockout win. You know he's feeling himself. Naturally, with the amount of ego these guys have to carry and do carry around, you know he's kind of falling in love with that striking again, man. He's going to think he can do the same thing, replicate that in this fight. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a terrible decision. I think Diego Fajeda is probably going to put him away. Let's go round 3, just because Hernandez is pretty good at surviving. Like, I think if he gets wobbled on the feet, he's gonna, like, try to grab a hold of him and clinch him, and he's got the physicality to maybe stall out for a few minutes in the clinch. I think eventually it's gonna catch up. Fajeda is gonna put Hernandez away. Round 3. All right, main card. Again, we got a regional fighter getting to debut on the main card of UFC Noche. Anthony Hernandez is in the Apex. But this guy gets to fight in front of a full capacity crowd on the main card of Noche UFC. I'm gonna go Quang Lee, dude. Santiago Luna, he's another guy, likes to grapple. Quang Lee's good on the feet, dude. Quang Lee can crack. He's got decent takedown defense. He's good at scrambling back to his feet. Like, Santiago Luna isn't going to be able to impose his game. in this fight. This is a step above the regional scene. Yeah, I know you were able to grapple tomato cans on the regional scene. I think he's undefeated. I think he's like 6-0 or 5-0. I don't think he's bad, but like, dude, this is a step up. Quang Lee's been there. He's been in the UFC for a little while now. I think Quang Lee's going to catch him on the feet. I think he's going to catch him on the feet. If he does get taken down, I think he scrambles back up or stuffs most of the takedowns. Keeps Santiago on the feet, and I think he's going to put him away. I like round 2 in this fight. I like round 2. I typically only pick a first round KO if the guy on the feet is absolutely dynamic and dangerous. Quang Lee's not quite there, but I think he'll put him away round 2 TKO. Kelvin, Fat Boy Gastelum versus Dustin Stoltzfus. I fucking hate Kelvin, dude. He's missed weight so many times. I don't know how this guy has a job. How does this guy have a job still? Oh, man. Seriously, bro, you're 5'9" fighting at 185. There's 5'9" people in the fucking featherweight division who are jacked and shredded. Bro, put down the fucking food plate. For the love of God. I had to get that off my chest because this guy just pisses me off, dude. Pisses me off. But he's gonna win this fight, dude. He's gonna win this fight. Kelvin's gonna win. Dustin Stoltzfus is crafty, dude. You know, he's crafty. He's a seasoned vet. He's got dangerous submissions. He had an interesting fight with Ruzaboyev. Like I think it was Ruzaboyev where he almost latched up a submission a few times. Gave a pretty good account of himself up until I think Ruzaboyev's put him away. Or no, he decisioned him, I think. But Stoltzfus fought hard. Like, he is dangerous, bro. Like, if you don't protect the neck, he's dangerous on the ground. Like, he's decent on the feet. But, like, dude, Kelvin, I don't think he's going to be able to submit Kelvin. You know, he's not going to submit that fat neck of his. He's not going to be able to grab a hold of a Darce choke like he likes to do, or a guillotine. I think Kelvin's just too durable, too, dude. You're not going to put him away on the feet either. I mean, he took Joe Pyfer's best shots. I don't think Kelvin's ever been knocked out. Like, Izzy Adesanya couldn't knock him out. Tyron Woodley couldn't knock him out back in the day. He's too durable. Like, he's got the grappling advantage here. Like, it's probably going to be hard to take this guy down. Even if you do take him down, like, he's probably going to scramble back up. He can crack on the feet. Like, he's just overall, like, the better fighter than Stoltzfus at this point. They're both kind of journeymen at this point in their career, but, like, you know, Kelvin still is a decent fighter, dude. Like, he beat D-Rod despite missing weight, fatty. He beat D-Rod. He beat Chris Curtis at middleweight. Like, he's decent, bro. Like, I think he can outbox Dustin on the feet. Keep it on the feet for the most part. Avoid any submission danger on the ground. I don't think he finishes him, but, you know, we'll go Kelvin. 30-29. 30-28. 29-28. 29-28 decision for a Fat Boy Gastelum. Can we just give this guy somebody who can actually, like, I mean, he lost to Pyfer, but, like, it wasn't dominant. Like, we need someone to just knock this guy into fucking Tuesday. Get him out of the UFC, dude. I'm tired of Kelvin. He has no discipline. He has a fucking food addiction. He has a problem. He's not elite anymore. He's taken up a roster spot. Like, whatever. Kelvin by decision. All right, Rafa Garcia, Jared Gordon. I'm going to go with Jared Gordon. He's a bit more crisp on the feet. Rafa Garcia, he's heavy on that front foot, right? He likes to throw like one or two at a time. Very heavy. He doesn't offer much of a takedown threat. Like, he'll shoot takedowns. He never really seems to get them. Another NPC here. He can hit decently hard if he connects enough times. But Jared's too slick, dude. Jared's like, I mean, if you really look at Jared's career, bro, like, there's a couple, like, bullshit decisions that are, like, keeping this guy out of the rankings, right? He beat Paddy Pimblett. We all know he beat Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett's now top 10 in the world. He got robbed by, was it Naimov? Muhammad Naimov? He got robbed in that fight. I had him winning unanimous decision. He got robbed in that because it was in Abu Dhabi. Go figure. Seems to be the most crooked decisions happen in Abu Dhabi. You got that loss. Like, dude, like, he was piecing up Bobby Green, which doesn't say much nowadays. Piecing up Bobby Green before Bobby Green fucking accidentally headbutted him and KO'd him. Turned out to be a no contest. I'm trying to think, like, what fight Jared Gordon's coming off of here. Let me see here. He's coming off a win over Thiago Moises. Dude, Thiago Moises is he's better than Rafa Garcia. He is. This guy used to be ranked. This guy actually gave Benoit Saint-Denis a pretty tough fight, who is also ranked. Nasrat Haqparast, like I'm pretty sure he won that fight. Beat Mark Madsen. Like, dude, this guy either seems to win or get robbed of a decision. Like, he's just a hard out for everybody. He's technical on the feet. He's got good, decent grappling. He's just a slick guy, dude. He's just an intelligent fighter. Overall, I just think he's more well-rounded. I don't think he's going to probably finish this fight. He's a bit of a decision merchant, but he's a very skilled decision merchant. So, I like Jared Gordon to win a pretty easy 29-28 decision. He's not going to drop him like 6 times, you know, like Muhammad Yahya. He's just going to outpoint him, dude. 29-28 over 3 rounds. All right, we got the co-main event. I would have loved to see Raul Rosas Jr. in this fight. That would have made it more hype. I'm actually a Raul Rosas Jr. fan. Look, dude, David Martinez is good. He is good. He's been doing karate since he, like, could walk. Right? Very bouncy, very light on the balls of his feet. He can crack. But the problem with David Martinez, man, is he only throws, like, 1 shot at a time. Like, his attacks are really basic, like, 1 strike at a time. Like, significant attempted strikes. Right? Like, he'll throw a nasty kick to the body. Hop around a little bit on the balls of his feet. Throw a high kick. Hop around. Circle. Throw a right or left hook. Occasionally he'll do a 1-2, but he's just like very like karate point fightery. He's very karate point fightery on the feet, and typically he's only throwing like 1 little popping shot. Whereas Rob Font is just volume, dude. Rob Font's gonna put together 3-4 combinations down the pipe on your ass. He doesn't have crazy power. He has put away guys like Adrian Yanez. I think he's coming over the win. Dude, Rob Font, I think he's on a 2-fight win streak, right? Kyler Phillips, and John Matsumoto. Those are good wins, dude. Those are guys that are much more well-rounded than David Martinez. Like, David Martinez can grapple. He's got good ground and pound if he drops you. And he does have power, but, like, Rob Font is enough of a seasoned vet. He'll be able to avoid. He's got good head movement. And he's just going to put on the volume on David Martinez. Again, dude, a lot of these fights, it's just hard for me to see these finishing because Rob just doesn't really ever finish anybody outside of Adrian Yanez. Right? Adrian Yanez is so basic, it's not even funny, bro. He's a boxer. That's it. So, of course, like a guy like Adrian who plants and just wants to box and do 0 else, no kicks, no takedown attempts, no fucking hardly any movement, of course Rob's going to clip you and drop you. Right? David Martinez does have good enough movement. Like, I think he can avoid a lot of, like, really significant, devastating kind of shots in the fight. But I think he's just going to put it on him from a volume perspective. Right? Martinez just doesn't have enough output. He is skilled. There is a danger of him clipping Rob because he's coming off that debut win where he did put that guy out cold. That guy was levels below Rob Font. Rob Font's good. He's defensively sound on the feet. And he just puts fucking volume, bro. He's always coming forward and putting volume on dudes. So, I think he'll win a 29-28. I don't think he's just going to completely dominate Martinez. I know Martinez will land his fair share of strikes. He's too good not to. Rob Font's just kind of going to outwork him, dude, for 3 rounds. So, yeah. Rob Font, 3-round decision. All right, now, main event. Diego Lopes, Jean Silva. This one was kind of a tough one, right? Like, I watched both. Well, I watched Ortega Lopez. Volk kind of outclassed him, right? It's kind of hard to base like who's gonna win this fight off of fighting the greatest featherweight of all time because Volk's a master of the game, right? I watched Jean Silva, Bryce Mitchell back. I'm gonna go with Jean Silva here because, like, Diego Lopez is very hittable, right? Like, there is a power danger coming from both men. Both men do have the ability to finish the fight quickly. I just think Jean Silva is a bit more dynamic, right? Diego Lopes, yeah, he does have decent hands, but he plants a lot. Every fucking strike he's trying to throw is significant. Whereas, like, Jean Silva is a lot more patient. I know most of his fights end in the first round, but he's typically feeling it out, dude. He'll, like, sometimes he'll even, like, lose a round, right? He'll lose a round. He'll take his time. Typically, he's very slow the first couple minutes of a fight. He's feeling it out. And he just throws, he's like throws out feeler strikes, kind of like Conor McGregor used to do, measuring the kick. Like, he'll throw like a crazy spin kick, point at you, smile, throw like a little jab from the hip. You know, it does worry me how low he keeps his hands, but like, I think at this point in time, Jean Silva is incredibly durable. He took Drew Dober's best shots. Drew Dober has as much, if not more, power than Diego Lopes. Drew Dober can absolutely crack. He's knocked out a shitload of people. I think he's one of the top guys in lightweights all time for knockouts. Gene walked through his strikes easily and just beat him the fuck down, busted him open until the ref had to stop the fight. Right? Like, he just never gets outside of himself. He's always super confident in his abilities. Lopes is a lot more tight with his strikes, a lot more of a tight guard, tight way he throws. He's always trying to hurt you with every punch, whereas Gene, like, Gene will land some nasty shit on you, and then he'll back up, he'll smile, and then he'll kind of paw at you, dude. He'll kind of poke at you. He'll throw, like, weird shit at you that's not really, like, it's almost like he's not really trying to land it. He's just trying to get you thinking, dude. He's a super dynamic guy, and I think that's what gives him the edge here, is he's going to have Lopes thinking about, like, shit, what's this guy going to do next? This guy threw a spinning kick. Now he's throwing a flying knee. And he doesn't do that in, like, rapid succession to zap his gas tank. Like, he'll paw at you, right? He'll throw a shot from, he'll throw a weird, awkward jab from the hip, and then he'll kind of just, like, do some weird mumbo jumbo, and then he'll throw, like, a knee to your body. Then he might get close to you against the cage and throw an elbow. Like, dude, John is patient. He takes his time until he sees there's an opening, and then that's when he fucks you up and puts you away, right? There is a power danger from Diego Lopes' side, but like, I just think like he's gonna be guessing too much with a guy like John Silva, right? Jean Silva. God damn it! Why do I keep calling him John? Diego's gonna be guessing too much. Now, the interesting thing is here is like, I do think Diego Lopes probably has the grappling advantage on the ground at least. Problem is like, he's not taking people down hardly at all. Like, we saw how nasty his ground game could be in his debut against Montserrat. Whew. Deep breaths. Man, my pronunciation. He is nasty on the ground, but dude, Jean Silva's so hard to take down. Like, I would argue like Bryce Mitchell's a better grappler than Diego Lopes. He's not more dangerous on the ground, but like, he has a better top control, better takedown game. And he just couldn't do shit to Jean Silva, dude. Like, Jean Silva stuffed almost all of his takedowns except for one. And even that one that he got, dude, he was threatening a guillotine that almost finished the fight in the first round. Like, he's a short, stocky, powerful guy. Lopes is legit, dude. He does have power, but I think Jean is just... Like, I think he's going to come out probably round one. He's going to take his time. It's probably going to look pretty competitive round one. Both guys are going to land decent strikes. I can't pick against Jean Silva unless he's fighting a guy like maybe Volkanovski at this point or something. Seriously, like, I think he's that good. Like, his confidence is a fucking X factor, dude. It's unshakable. He never gets outside of himself. He's, like, scary comfortable in there. Like, he's dynamic. He's mixing things up. He's fucking playing psychological warfare the entire time he's in there. Now, I know Diego's a super high-level guy. It's probably not going to work as well as it has up until this point. But it's just like, I don't think there's anything Diego's really going to be able to do to him. And I don't think he's going to catch him on the feet. I really don't, dude. Like, it's pretty basic. Like, he's going to throw a low calf kick. Occasionally, he might throw a body kick. And then he's going to try to throw, like, you know, a nasty 1-2. Maybe a couple hooks here and there. Whereas, dude, Gene is going to be like, Gene might throw a fucking try to jump in the air and throw a downward elbow. He's gonna be throwing spinning attacks, kicking the shit out of your legs, kicking your body. Like, you never know what he's gonna do. Prediction wise, this is hard. I think this is gonna be a little bit longer of a fight. But if you look at it, like, Jean Silva, he's kind of used to, he's been in a little bit longer fights before, like with Drew Dober. Right? I think that lasted till round 3. Right? So he's shown, like, he can beat your ass until eventually you just fold. Right? Like, he has a pretty conservative style, bro. Like, he doesn't ever, like, over position him, like, overextend himself, Jean Silva. He never does. Like, he doesn't throw crazy volume. He hits like a truck, and he's like, throws awkward punches, and he just seems to know how to find the target, dude. He's a sniper. He's a sniper, man. Like, I respect Diego Lopes, but I think Jean Silva's gonna come out probably a little measured in round 1. Be looking for an opening. It's gonna take a little bit long because Diego Lopes is a higher level guy. He's fought for a belt. This is a big leap up in competition. He's not Bryce Mitchell. He's levels above Bryce Mitchell. First round, probably going to be pretty even filling out process. Round 2, you're probably going to see Jean get a little more aggressive. Diego is going to probably put up a fight. He might land some good shots. Silva's going to smile at him. He's super durable. I just don't think, even if he lands clean, I don't think he's putting Jean Silva out. I think round 2 is going to heat up a little bit. Diego Lopes is going to be like, dude, no, fuck that. Like, you're not going to bully me around and emote on me like all these other dudes. It's going to get a little crazy in round 2. Both guys are going to land good shots. But I think round 3, Jean Silva's he's going to continue to be dynamic. He never gets outside of himself. Round 3, he's going to be landing good shots. Diego Lopes is going to be trying to land good shots back. And I think Jean Silva's going to catch him, dude. Diego Lopes is hittable. Even, like, he dominated that fight with Brian Ortega, but Brian Ortega was able to hit him quite a bit. Jean Silva's a much better striker, and he's got power, dude. He's got power. And I think he's going to catch Diego Lopes probably midway through round 3. It's going to be heating up round 2, round 3. And eventually Jean is going to find the chin. Diego Lopes, put him away round 3. So, yeah, that is the predictions for UFC Noche. Of course, I'll watch Crawford Canelo after that, you know? I'll probably follow along online until that fight happens because there's no fucking way I think I can make it through after like 5 hours of fights because I watched from prelims to end. After 5 hours of fights, there's no way I'm watching another 3 hours of boxing. So I'll catch that fight as well. Probably won't do a breakdown on it though. It's not my thing. But yeah, man, if you liked the video, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, see ya.